What's up, everybody? Silver here with another Halo Master Chief Collection Achievement Guide. This time we're doing Part 7 of Devastating, which is to complete all of Halo 3's campaign levels on Legendary in under 3 hours. So to start off, BR a few of the grunts in the area, and then move to the left and take out these 2 shade turrets real quick with the Spartan laser. And then we're going to take a plasma pistol off one of these dead grunts. You don't have to shoot this Wraith with a laser. I don't know why I did. I was like, let me just take him out with 1 shot, even though I know it takes 2 shots, but I don't know why I did that. But just switch out so you have a BR and a plasma pistol now, and move along the beach here on the left, and you could just go by all those people in the beginning without having to fight them. And up here we're going to have to fight some brutes, grunts, and that Wraith usually doesn't pay attention to you, which is good. So you can see I'm just going to noob combo all the brutes, and I'm just going to shoot all the grunts in the face. And it'll make pretty quick work out of this. There's obviously faster ways to do this. You could just push through the center and in a specific way and take out all the people, but it's very risky and takes a lot more practice than this. This is pretty straightforward and easy. And we only need to get under 3 hours, again, for the achievement. So I'm showing you some safer strats as well, even though they're a little bit slower at points, but we'll get there. So you can see I took out the Chieftain, grabbed his fuel rod, and now I'm just taking out the remaining grunts in the area and the brutes that have no shield or armor on anymore. So we're moving up to the beach. We're moving up along the beach, rather. And the Warthog should be dropped off soon. You got to kill a lot of the enemies in the area that we just did, so you could allow the Pelican to land, because he just hangs back until you can take out most of the people. So, and especially the Wraith. The Wraith you definitely need to take out. So grab this Warthog. Oh my god, that Banshee was really eager to shoot and kill me. It usually doesn't happen. But just allow those Marines to get in your vehicle. Give your passenger the fuel rod, which is pretty helpful. It only takes like 3 seconds to do. We just took out that Banshee, which is nice. Usually it's pretty tough. And go to the right over here. And we're going to wrap around to the left. And you got to take a right up here. And this fuel rod guy does some heavy lifting for us, so we don't have to worry about the plasma shade turret. He usually prioritizes that one, which is nice. And we're making our way up. You could just walk up here without the Warthog, but obviously that's slower. So that's why we took out everybody on the beach. So up here, take out this ghost. And we're going to grab the beam rifle. And I'm backing up because that Wraith could potentially kill me. And he almost does. But switch out your assault rifle that you got from your Marine buddy, because you don't need that. I only picked that up so he could get the fuel rod. But anyway, just drive on down here. And we're going to speed over to the left over here. And we're totally going to ignore all the prowlers. Or the prowlers are going to come out. You can see they just left this area and went out into the open field. So now we're free to go down here. Just drive on down and bail, and we're on our way to the first tower. So this part's pretty easy to get up. There's a little jump up here, jump on these crates, and then jump straight up here, crouch jump, and you're up there. You totally skip the bottom and just hit the elevator control to go up and take out those grunts, because obviously they could shoot at you. And we're on our way up, and there will be 4 brutes up here, and, well, 5 brutes, 4 regular brutes, and a brute chieftain, so 5 in all. It's a hammer chieftain, and those are easy to take care of. So I have a power drainer, which is nice, so I could just throw that down there. Take those guys out. These guys, it's fairly easy to just play some cat and mouse with them and stick them when you can. And now the hammer guy is going to do that move usually. If he does that move, just sidestep to the left and assassinate him when he goes by you. Pretty easy. If he does 2 other moves that he has, do not try to do that, because they'll probably just kill you. That's the only one you could. That's the only move of his you could sidestep and assassinate him. easily. So grab your beam rifle and the hammer, and we're going to make our way down here. So we got a flare, which is pretty useless, but I'm just going to get rid of that in a second. We're going to pick up the camo down here. And there's going to be a bunch of people over in front of us here because we ignored them on the way down, or on the way up, rather. So they usually deploy a bubble shield right there, which is nice because a lot of them get like just stuck in it. They don't get stuck, but when they're inside of it, they can't shoot you, obviously. So that kind of helps out. The fact that they deploy that bubble shield, it works in our favor. So you see I grabbed that active camo. I could leave my fuel rod buddy down there because we don't actually need them. We're about to just get in a Hornet. So there's no more use for these Marines, as there's no more enemies until we get in the Hornet. So we're just going to make a nice leisurely drive back down to the beach where we started the level. Or close to where we started the level. Don't go all the way back to where you started. That's the wrong way. But just go down here. The Warthog is actually faster than the Mongoose in this part for some reason. I don't know why. But we'll take it. So just keep them on moving down. And like I said, we only need to hit 3 hours overall. This level, you probably won't hit the par time just because it's so long and it's a pretty tough level. So just grab the Hornet and follow the path I take. You could have some Marine buddies hop on if you want. It's not essential, and you're just going to move along the surface of the water in the path I take. So all the par times, if you just hit the par times for all the levels, you'll easily get the achievement because all the par times add up to 2 hours and 40 minutes. So just shoot for that on all the levels. And obviously you have 20 minutes of leeway to work with if you don't hit the par times. I would advise you do hit the par times on all the levels, except for the Ark and the Covenant are probably the two that you won't get a par time. So you want to save some time on the other levels, and that way you could kind of have a crappier time on the Ark and the Covenant, because they are long and they are tough. So give yourself some breathing room with the other levels. But just keep going in this path with the Hornet. And you use the jump button to make your Hornet rise. So whip out your beam rifle and kill that brute. The other brutes like to go out the other side. And we're going to use this brute shot, actually, that he just dropped. So make sure you switch out your hammer for the brute shot. And in here, we're going to wait for the buggers to come, and you can just throw a frag. And you can throw a second frag. They all just congregate in there, so it's pretty easy to take care of them. And then we could do a little brute shot jump up to the top here. I missed the first one, but it's pretty easy. I put on Cowbell, the Cowbell skull, which accelerates explosions. So that might help a little bit. So just throw on the Cowbell skull. And you can see how easy that was. There's usually a bunch of brutes and then a lot more buggers that you have to fight if you wrap up around the way you're supposed to go. But by doing that brute shot jump, obviously it's quicker and there's less enemies. So very nice. So take your beam rifle out and start working on these invisible brutes. There's 4 invisible brutes, and there's the chieftain at the end of the hallway over there. Or not really a hallway, but whatever we're in right here. And he's obviously got the plasma turret. So that was nice. The power drainer here just took my shield down, but it also took the shield of his last remaining brute invisible guy down. So it revealed him, took his shield down, and I sniped the chieftain and his friend. An alternate strategy for taking out the chieftain once you kill all the other people is to grab a plasma pistol, which is behind me right now. It's kind of behind me to the right. You can see in the crate right there to the left now. There's a plasma pistol in there, so you could close the distance on him, noob combo him, and then just sidestep him as he's stunned, because noobing people stuns them for like 2 seconds, 1 or 2 seconds, and then you could just assassinate him. So you just wrap around him. So this part is fairly, it's not tough, but it's risky, but you do get a checkpoint. So for that door, you want to see if there's people near the door by looking at your radar. Sometimes all those flood people close in on the doorway, so you can't really push through. Sometimes they don't come at that door, so you could just walk through. But you could see they were coming at the door, so I had to throw a grenade there to clear them all out, which was fine. And this part, I don't really have any good weapons. I mean, I got a beam rifle. I'd like to get a battle rifle from one of these Marines, which none of them seem to have anything I need. They all have assault rifles and pistols. Come on, guys. But anyway, just get in the tank. You could go in the Warthog, but I find that I like to have the tank at the end, or for the Scarab battle, rather. It's not the end. It's close to the end. But this is just a nice, safe way to do it. It's fairly easy to do with the tank, obviously, because you have all that firepower. You could take the Warthog or Mongoose on a pretty safe path as well, but then you don't have the tank at the end. So when we get to the end, I'm going to use the tank to take out one Scarab, and I'm going to use a Hornet to take out the other. Unfortunately, we got stalled for a few seconds there from the power drainer, but that's all right. Still pushing through. And you just want to, you know, obviously shoot all the people you can as fast as you can. There's not much to say about this part. And there we go. Keep shooting. That's it. Maybe I'll plug the channel here. So this channel, if this is your first guide of mine that you're watching, this channel is intended to have an achievement guide for every single achievement in every single Halo game, and that includes the more obscure titles like Halo Wars, Spartan Strike, and Assault. Strike just came out like 2 or 3 days ago. It's also for Halo 2 Vista I'll have guides for as well, which is obviously not a very well, obviously it's well known, but a lot of people don't have the achievements for that one simply because most Halo gamers are console gamers, as there's only 2 PC games for Halo. Except for freaking Halo Online, which is only in Russia. I don't understand that. I don't know why. But, I mean, I'm excited for the Russian fan base. Obviously, they have a nice little game exclusive to them. Kind of jealous, but maybe it'll make its way over here one day. I'd imagine it would. I don't know why they would just keep it over there. But anyway, we've made it to the Scarab battle. And I like to get in the Hornet first. I like to leave the tank up here and get in a Hornet and fly straight and start lowering yourself a little bit and bail, and you could get right on top of it. And if you're on the tippity top, you could just jump on his leg and then come around back here. And sometimes you get lucky and the Hornet is like right here where you fall down, but I can't find the Hornet, so I can't get in it again, so I'm gonna have to go back up to get my tank. Ideally, I would have the Hornet again, and I could just go land on the other one. Oh, there it is. I can see it. Totally blew up. I didn't really do a good job of parking it in a position where I would be able to easily retrieve it later. Hopefully you could get one of your AI friends to drive near you so you could grab his hog. Get out. Get out. I'm getting shot at. So then you could more quickly drive up to the Scorpion. So we're driving back up there. Obviously, ideally, you would get the Hornet after blowing up the first tank, and then, you know, continue on to the second Scarab. But, again, I did not retrieve it in time, and it blew up along with the Scarab. But this isn't bad. Take out as many of the ground enemies as you can, like this Prowler. They would obviously shoot at you at the first chance they get if you just leave them alone. So while you're battling the Scarab, and the Scarab is a high priority, so are the ghosts and choppers. There's no choppers here, but there's Prowlers. And there's also Banshees in the area, which sometimes take shots at you, which is annoying. So be aware of that. And as you're making your way around this, you could shoot the Scarab in general in case there's any brutes hanging out. It looks like they're all dead, though. We could actually go around back like we did on the Ark and just shoot straight into the back of it. And I can see that I have triggered the detonation process. And also, I want to point out right now that I still have that active camo. We have not used that camo that we picked up after the first tower. So we're going to use that in a little bit. And that Warthog went flying after that. Pretty nice. Still pretty. Very pretty explosions when the Scarabs go up. But anyway, go back up. Well, don't go back up here. You've never been here before. Go up here for the first time ever. And the Arbiter and Guilty Spark will have some lines of dialogue. And then hopefully this light bridge will activate at some point. There we go. And we can push through. If you have a ghost or something, you could actually drive the ghost up here. And it kind of just speeds you along a little faster instead of walking across the bridge. But just keep moving. Go as fast as you can. If you go fast enough and you get far enough, you could actually trigger the next part of the level sooner. You can see I wasn't even done with the that Cortana segment, and it kind of overlapped into this part. So at this point, we still have a beam rifle. Take out that brute, and take out these fuel rod wielding grunts. They are the biggest threat. I have no weapons really at all anymore. Not cool. So I decided to pick up spike rifles, which I never thought I would use in a guide. Because, I mean, come on. They're actually very effective against Flood, but Flood is on our team right now, so kind of mixing and matching, trying to make my way through this part with some odd pairings of weapons. Some odd weapon pairings. I guess I have all brute weapons right now. Just make your way through. Be aware that there's 2 more grunts that will come through this door with fuel rod ammo. And we're about to use the camo, finally, in this section up here. So you're going to go up here, make your way up to this first middle wall section, right here. Luckily, deployed a bubble shield here for me, so I could make it a little bit further before activating my camo. Usually, I would activate it again before that first wall. And you could actually assassinate this chieftain, take his hammer and invincibility. I was hoping I could save the invincibility for the run back, but I started getting shot at and I had no shield, so I activated the invincibility right away, which probably will be the case most of the time, because obviously there's a ton of brutes right there, so they're going to be like, hey, what's this guy? Let me shoot him. So activate the bridge, and the cutscene will start. Skip the cutscene. And we're on our way back. We just have to run back the way we came. And do that little hammer jump. We're going to do a couple hammer jumps. Obviously, that first one saves some time, slightly. And this next one is going to probably take a little bit more time, like a couple more seconds than if you just run through, but it's obviously safer. You see a lot of those Flood ran by. But you just jump up, follow that path I took, and then just jump and hammer, and it's pretty easy. Just jump up backwards, up and backwards, and you easily get up there. It looks kind of tough, but it's very easy. But just make your way through, hammer people as you need to. And we're going to do the same thing again. Fortunately, I got a bubble shield after losing all my shields. And this actually, if you go to the left again like we did earlier, it actually works well if there's a bunch of people following you, because they kind of get all funneled into that one spot, and you can just easily hammer them. Oh, God. But anyway, just jump up here again. And you can easily jump up and backwards and hammer and get up here again. And that prevents you from having to run through this that room and the room before that we jumped over. Because that kind of confines you and makes it a lot more likely that you will die. Obviously, you don't want to have to fit through a small opening full of a bunch of Flood if you could just jump over the whole thing. it forces you to have to get closer to flood than you would like. So we just avoid that whole thing by hammer jumping. And we are at the end. Did another little hammer jump at the end, saved like a half second. It gives you a little boost. And that is all for the Covenant. I got around, I think, 26-ish minutes for this. Obviously, it could be improved on since I died a few times, especially during the Scarab battle. I lost like 4 minutes there because I kept dying. It's very random, that battle, because there's obviously all the ghosts and prowlers and everything, so there's a lot to deal with there. But that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Click like and subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll see you later for Cortana.